See, it'll be very interesting to see if they make any adaptations. They are going to be first pick once again. The Victor wasn't that useful in this game, honestly. It was kind of a waste of that first pick for InkLegend. He wasn't able to really do much. I think he would have been better on a more aggressive jungler in that role because he just could not match Shana on that Chimera. I think it would been. I don't know if it would have been better in that support role or in the off lane, but it will be interesting to see if they want to first pick it again if it's available because I expect the same bans that Rampage and Krang to come through.
Rampage getting banned again by Rocket Rookies. It seems to just be a hate ban. They do not like playing against Rampage. I've seen them ban Rampage over and over and over again. It just seems to be their kryptonite. As soon as they see that big old fish monster, they're gonna scream and run the other way and scream for Thomas to take care of the mouse.
It could just be the case that InkLegend doesn't play it, which is an issue come this level tournament. Rampage has obviously been the prime jungler in the Fangbooth so far. And if you can't play it, it is an issue. As there's the Krang, so the buttons are the exact same. Will the first pick, though, will they want to go for that Victor? Because if they don't pick it up here, they're 100% going to be picked up by Team Immune. Shynn played that character so well yesterday.
Yeah, and in this very situation, you just can't give Team Immune any more ammo than they already have. The Richter has been showing up on every team that has picked it, unless they're against Team Immune. That's where Richter falls apart, but you just can't let it go through for their side, or you are literally just repeating the mistake just tenfold. Like giving Neft a support like a Richter on Shynn, I mean, then you're pretty much just writing down your last will for this game. So it's definitely going through.
And it has been first picked. Gonna have. I feel
Is
like
this
we're
the
watching
same game?
deja vu, honestly. I'm gonna have Seven Rock coming through for Bondrewd. I don't expect that to be changed. So what was the what was the next pick after that? It was Gideon.
Gideon, yeah.
We'll see if Gideon picked up here, and if it is, we're just gonna have to.
Oh my goodness!
Right, and
oh,
then
we're stuck in a time loop.
And the Drongo coming through for Rocket Rookies.
Yeah. Okay, we know the draft, everybody. We don't need to watch it. It's already done deal. We know exactly what's going through. Gideon coming through here for Team Immune, and now we're gonna get the Dagger Drongo. No way! Come on, guys! Please, please, for the love of goodness!
And then the Chimera gets picked up by Team Immune.
I can't do this! I want to get out, please.
Production, are we sure this is the second draft, right?
Are we sure? Are we absolutely certain, production?
Okay, it is. Okay. I can't remember what the bands were. It was Narbas from Rocket Rookies and the Steel. It was Steel. We're one in the back.
Again.
If anyone wants our thoughts, just go into the vault, look back about 20-30 minutes ago. You'll see the same draft then, and we can say this. So let's just talk about other stuff. Oh, no, wait, they changed the ban.
There was something new. Thank you. Finally, something that can make this draft slightly different. Wraith is off the board. One of Neft's best characters, but that is not a big deal. We know that Neft can play an amazing Murdoch, can play an amazing... I actually do think he plays really good Twin Blast as well. So it's like there are a lot of options on the table for him. So taking the Wraith off is pretty much just saying, okay, we're just taking the cherry off of your cake of awesome ADC skills. We're just taking the cherry off.
Yeah, I'd like to see Twin Blast here. I think it's going to be quite good into the deck of Richter. Bellica is also online. They can also take the Narbas. So they actually have two choices for the support. It's going to be interesting. You're going to actually go pick up the Narbas, which was banned last game. Just a great sustain, great mobility as well for the entire team. A good ultimate for some of my people as well. So they have a lot of healing on Team Immune.
Yeah, both self-sustain and healing for the entire team. And we have seen how well Shynn pulls off the Narbash. Crash bang booms without getting CC'd. Thunk combos that just leads to kill after kill after kill for Neft. So that's a really dangerous pick to let through. But at the end of the day, I really like that they are now going to get the Lieutenant Bellica for themselves over on Rocket Rookies.
Yeah, this is going to go over to Simmy in that mid lane. Wasn't the most impressive gadget I've ever seen. I'll be honest there. So hopefully he can play a bit better on the Bellica, who has a bit more of aggression in that early game, can play quite well in that level 11. He has that one-stop potential as well. So I like Rookie's now picking that up because Team Immune, I mean, they're not going to pick it up anyway.
Ooh.
And we do get
InkLegend.
Greystone, which is very interesting. No
It's
Zars
just
this
InkLegend.
time. And yeah, go InkLegend. So that most likely puts the Victor against Bondrewd Several, which I do like quite a bit. That Whiplash actually has got max HP magical damage on it, so the more Several heals and does more siphons, the more damage Victor's going to do. As we see the Murdoch come out from Neft, not the Trim Blast, so you're going to be playing a bit more safer. Gone more traditional lane with Narbas Murdoch lane. Going to be scaling into that mid lane, mid game with that Vanquish. Probably the Lightning Core actually, knowing Neft. He doesn't really like the Vanquish that much on Murdoch. And it's going to be a bit interesting. It's going to be a very old lane fight between Deku and Drongo, Narbas and Murdoch, all OG characters that were introduced at the start of Predecessor, has been around for donkey's ages, and very, very similar drafts for the first half, and completely changed up to second.
Yeah, honestly, if I had been on Rocket Rookies, I would have been very scared because Neff took his old favorite pick that he has been trying out for a long time. Since the beginning of Pred, Neff has been on this Murdoch and been pulling off some amazing long arms of the law. We have seen them even yesterday. We actually saw some brilliant long arms of the law from Neff. So we just have to go into this game and see if Rocket Rookies can have any chance of turning the tide on the wave, the tsunami that is called Team Immune. Welcome in, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between.
And here we go again. Just want to have a quick look on the other side. Is InkLegend's actually piloting the Victor? So it is Tarkraf on the Greystone in the off lane. So
Oh,
only that has been changed as well. Lieutenant Medical obviously played by SimmyGoesHard. And I don't really like InkLegend playing it again. He didn't do that much in the jungle last game. He didn't really hit his hooks either. I think it would have been better to give it over to that off lane Tarkov instead. He really needs to put it out of his bag this time, and obviously there's no drone to block him this time. Not and things like the Narbas are very easy to hit, so hopefully he has a better game as we get a nice close up on Neft with his crown. Look at that!
we're
Look
having
at
a
that!
cinematic. Hey. By the
Oh
way,
yeah,
it's the dev that's controlling the camera, by the way, so it's not us. So we can blame the devs
we
for
can
that one.
we can name him. Cynic is doing weird things.
Yeah. Cynic, we love your work. We appreciate you, but we don't need to look at Nefty's bakery for too long because we have a game to watch and actually cover, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna get a bit distracted here. Level 1 has come out. Everyone is in a safe place. Shynn already taking a nice thunk onto Samwise, who goes down to half HP immediately. So that's not a good start for Rocket Rookies, but they are going to have to push. Narbas doesn't have that much real pressure in lane. A nice bomb comes onto Shynn, and that's going to be half HP for both supports now.
Yeah, and Samwise was actually playing that pretty well, just making sure that Gak could get that pressure off, a little bit of peel, just to set the tone of this game number 2. I feel that right now they just want to be an annoyance to Neft because they saw what happened when Neft gets a little bit of space. So maybe they're trying to be a little bit more aggressive this time around and pushing them up against their tower, which seems to be the case right now. But at the same time, Neft and Shynn are just gonna wait it out.
It's the case of just saying to the supporter, Bellica is highly aggressive and use void bombs to do a lot of damage to the Dura lane. As Tarkraf goes down very, very low, that's a blink out from him already, going way too aggressive. Look at how many minions Bondrewd has. That's just a real bad trade to walk into, so that's a really bad start for him. He's just not really respecting the damage that it can come out from those minions in the early game. Just going back over to the Narbas, he is a very good mid-game character, but in that early game, only really has fun, has got his very, very weak auto attacks. So it is going to be a case that Decker and Drongo are going to have to push. InkLegend have a small view into that dual lane, but nothing is going to come of it.
Honestly, now that we're talking about InkLegend and Tarkraf. I really feel that they did the wrong decision by not letting InkLegend rock his Greystone. I feel that it's a much safer bet to have the Richter over on the offlane. But at the end of the day, this is the reality of it, and this is where we are. SimmyGoesHard is very low, and Empti is nearby. Oh, that's a beautiful meteor coming down on Simmy. He is way too low to continue this engage on mid lane.
It's just really interesting why they decided to drop down there. You have no mana on Simmy at all, so there's no way you can walk into that. Either way, you were going to probably be forced to back anyway. Empty getting that real buff as well means he has the mana. And I'm not sure who got the other one. Probably Shana, knowing how things have gone though. So, if anything, this early game is going even better for Team Mew. No first blood has come out yet. So, we'll have to see where that happens. But I can only imagine it's a matter of time. But it could be for Iverson. But look where Empty is. He's coming over to the duo lane.
A little quick rotation from Empty to see if he can get a hold onto Gak and open up the field for Neft. But Shynn and Shana are nearby, so even if Gak gets a brilliant engage onto Neft, it's not really going to amount to much because there are teammates nearby. They actually called back, so there's a little bit of an opening as Neft is all by themselves. This is the one opportunity they have to strike, so they have to be quick about it, or else everything is just reset back to normal.
And Neff still has Blink. He's actually still pretty safe. At best, you can probably force the Blink out if you get a cage on him. But that is not going to happen because Shynn has returned. And 5 minutes into the game, not much really happened. We've had a Blink burn in the solo. We've had a bit of a fighting happening in the mid lane. But Riverbus are respawning. Shana's going to take the black one there. But it's going to get blasted. But as we can see, the cleanse is so valuable against that Richter. You can just insta-cleanse the hook and not even get pulled in.
Hook, line, and sinker. We were ready for it from the get-go. Team Immune knew exactly how the kits worked, and they could just cleanse that right away. Tarkraf here is trying to hunt down Shana in the jungle, but of course Shana is quick with the footsies and gets out of the way just in time, ready to de-ward over on this offlane. But here's an engage from InkLegend coming in with Simmy. Empty coming in from the top with a black hole. Will he survive? That is the question. He will taunt space out of the way as Shana re-enters the fray from the jungle into the mid lane, and that's just gonna be no kills on the board. But Empty was very close to dying there.
Empty having that level 6 was the difference between him surviving and him dying. Simmy, not level 6, hasn't got that neural disruptor available, so that's going to be good. Colossal Blow is going to go wide. Tarkraf using his jump to great effect there, so good play by him. And even though no first blood has come out, it is all down to Team Mew's aggression that has been happening. And although, you know, InkLegend has been trying, he has been ganking a bit better this game compared to last game, got a good gank onto Empty. It's still Rocket Rookies who are losing out.
They're losing out on the farm and the map awareness, as the de-warding has been very well executed by Team Immune. So Rocket Rookies are in a very perilous situation. Also, that just the fact that Bondrewd is outplaying Tarkraf again and again is so dangerous for their offlane.
Yeah, I just want to have a quick look. So he's actually got it's an okay, so about 6-7 CS lead on Tarkraf. Not going to be that much. It's going to be increased once he gets his sign buff. But once he gets that Fire Blossom online, that's going to be when he really takes ahead. And Neft has 2,000 gold on him. He hasn't actually backed in 7 minutes. This is something that has been an issue for Neft in the past. If he has any weakness, it's that he's way too over-ego and getting as much gold as possible. Won't go for those semi-ideal backs. Will always look for the perfect one. And sometimes just loses out. So weirdly, Gak is going to have control over this lane just because Neft has no items.
Yeah, right now Neft needs to get back and buy something, but as you mentioned, it's his weakness. So he finally goes back after a long time out on the fields, farming away with his hoe. And that's actually a really bad choice of words there by me. But you know what? At the end of the day, that's just how I roll pizza roll. So right now it's a pretty even state. Nothing too major is happening. But the first Fangtooth has actually spawned, so we'll have to see who engages on that. Tarkraf tries to engage on Bondrewd here in the offlane, but we know that the Colossal Blow is true. He will actually use the assault to get away. No, he won't, because Nefty has a surprise for you. It's called a laser in your face.
Why would you walk between a certain rock and the tower? He's gonna obviously colossal blow you. That's such. Oh, okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That happens. It probably won't happen again. I'm not sure why he didn't use the Stonefall Sword either. Bondrewd is going to give over the first lot over to Neft on that Murdoch, which is really, really bad for Rocket Keys. Can we just have a quick look? What did Neft actually buy? So he has gone towards the Ironwood bow, has going to go towards the Lightning Corp. Not going to have that so that you normally see online. Empti as well, building that Orb Growth once again on the Gideon. You're going to have that same sort of build as last time. Probably a 2-0 band after that has been picked up. And now we're going to get some invaders coming out of Shana.
Shana is in the jungle close by to the dual lane. Maybe a quick engage onto Samwise would do the trick, but he has to wait it out because they are very safely planted right now. But a little bit of overextension can do a lot to a team fight.
InkLegend.
So InkLegend coming in from the side here in the jungle. He will most likely try and keep Shana away as they want to engage on this dual lane and most likely get a kill. It's not going to happen because they know Shana is nearby and they're biding their time.
Yeah, very, very quiet early game. Coming up 10 minutes, only 1 kill on the board. No objectives been taken yet. No one really wanting to overstep their boundaries. I think both teams are pretty happy to just fire up and get some items. We're going to have a 2v2 in the jungle.
The Black Hole is coming from the top to get Simmy for another kill in the favor of Team Immune. Shana is now met by InkLegend here in the jungle, but Empti is there as well. And if they're not careful, they might fall as well. So they are getting out of the way, but a Custom Grift is going to connect onto InkLegend, dealing a little bit more pressure. But still, Team Immune are right now owning whatever they desire. And here in the off lane, Tarkraf is going to try to fight out Bondrewd with the Stoneforged Soul coming through. There is a tower taken down, by the way, so Tarkraf has no defenses left. The Colossal Blow is going to connect. And will we see the solo bolo as Bondrewd is going to keep on going? No, Neft will steal it because he's a thief.
The long arm to the law. Oh, normally you try and give it just in case try and hold it, and just in case Tarkraf will run away. But Neft does not care. He knows he has the damage. He is going to hit those ultimates. And although Bondrewd did all the work, Neft is going to steal the money in the end of the day. But 1 kill and 1 assist is always better than just a solo kill. So no one is going to complain about that, apart from Bondrewd maybe, if he is a bit salty. Either way, this is another great start. Another 70 CS lead from Team Immune 10 minutes into the game. That is just not allowed. Can we just have it back up? Sorry. Scoreboard. Thank you. So yeah, nearly 30 CS lead in that mid lane. Empti is putting on a performance in that mid lane, not really been seen. ADC as well, also having 10 CS lead, and a 20 CS lead in the off lane. So the lanes of Team Immune are just getting those small leads. And 4 more minutes, 3 more minutes. Once Team Immune wants to start doing the jungle objectives, that is when these leads are going to show.
Yeah, they're definitely going to soar to new heights with that one. Empti gets SimmyGoesHard in the mid lane. InkLegend coming in from the side to see if he can get that one Whiplash to save the day. But Shana is there with the news, jumping in with the assault. And the continuous pressure is too much. They have to stay away. They do not want their disadvantages to be any worse than they are right now. Tarkraf still getting pressured so hard by Bondrewd. You should not allow this man on the Sevarok. He's showing up, and he's definitely the one to play the Reaper. Now, in the pits, Shynn is getting very, very low from the pressure of the Rocket rookies, but that is no big deal because Gag has a bigger target. It is Neft that is almost dead. But they have to make sure they get a consolation prize at least as the returns of the Blinks are coming out. The Black Hole on top, they survive everything. And they're still alive. They will actually get Samwise. This is disgusting. This is war crimes. Come on, guys. Simmy will actually get Empti. InkLegend, Simmy, and Gag are there. Gag will get destroyed by the long arm of the law, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a 2 for 3. Team Immune actually on the back foot for that one.
What? They're on, all of them were on 100%, 100 HP. Neft gets the ultimate across behind him onto Gaku, traded out Empti, I believe. So in the end, I think that was a 2 for 2, but that had no right to be a 2 for 2. Rocket Rookie should have easily gotten at least 3 or 4 kills there. A nice hit onto the Fangtooth. Don't do that! Why are you doing that?
Poor Falcon is molding over here. Don't make him lose his hair. Come on, guys.
How does that happen
Tarkraf
twice?
doing it again and again, but sorry, but that really hit my funny bone right there. Here in the dual lane, Gak is gonna see if he can engage onto Shynn. The stasis bomb goes wide, but at the end of the day, that's just gonna be showing your presence more than anything. Now they're pushing into the tower. InkLegend looking to see if he can engage with that Whiplash to want to save the day. Over in gold buff there, that's just gonna be taken by Rocket Rookies. They seem to finally have a bit of footing to work with. Nefty is out of position. He gets containment fenced, and here is InkLegend. He will connect the Whiplash. That's gonna be a kill for Gak onto Neft. I don't care how far you are ahead. We will take you down.
Empti's coming over. He is ready to get that black hole. He's going to walk into InkLegend, and Samwise has got that ultimate, has got that 2 seal. He's got the 2 items on the Gideon, so he's going to have a lot of damage. Simmy is going to come over, though. Here we go again.
The Whiplash is connecting with the Iron Strike as well. Empti is getting soloed, and he has to torn space out of the fray. He cannot stay here any longer, which is a surprise since Empti has just been surviving so much so far. But the members of Rocket Rookies are not done yet. They want to see if they can show up and get a game off of Team Immune. That would be the Cinderella story of a lifetime here in the predecessor community. So InkLegend staying by. They're wanting to get in on this Fangbooth as Team Immune is engaging onto it. There's so much damage done. There's nothing they can do to stop it. They're just going to bide their time and wait to see if they want to engage.
Rocket Rookie's just using a bit too much in that fight. It just meant that Team Immune could easily walk up and say, you've used all of your ultimates, come at us. So Rocket Rookie's having to give up at that first Fangtooth. Tarkraf is going to try and deal with the mini fight. Got Samwise over here and InkLegend over here as well. So they're going to be able to at least trade it out. So not the end of the world for them. It'll be interesting to see who they give it to, because neither of InkLegend or Tarkraf has done too much in this game. They're going to give it over to InkLegend in the end. Tarkraf's going to come back to the lane against Empti. Bondrewd is somewhere on the map. He's going towards the dual lane. So Bondrewd is bored of the solo lane. Now he wants to start roaming. They don't told him he's playing Server this game, because normally you just farm until 20 minutes, but he has not been doing that this game at all.
Tarkraf is getting engaged on here by Empti with a little bit of damage and a penny for your thoughts once again. Empti does not care about you. He just wants to make sure that this tier 2 is well pressured and well set up. But InkLegend here in the jungle wants to see if he can get a hold on to Empti. The Stoneforged Soul is going to come through together with a black hole on top with the skewer, but it's not going to be enough. The damage is still enough. Yes! Oh, Nefty! Please, my goodness gracious, boy, why are you doing this again and again to them? He can't keep getting away with it.
3 ultimates, 3 kills onto Tarkraf. That's going to be really, really painful for him. Shana's found Simmy in the jungle. He's 2 levels down, but it does not care. The call comes out. The more unleashed, and that is going to be a solo kill with 2 levels down onto Simmy. That is a real bad sign. Bondrewd, in the meantime, is going to be playing the support role for Neft, and it's going to help him take the tower in the duo lane.
Oh my goodness, I don't know what to say anymore. This just seems to be Team Immune doing Team Immune things again, but there's more signs of life from Rocket Rookies this time around. They have actually answered the call of the wild and gotten a few kills onto Neft, which seemed near impossible last game. So now Gak is finally at a comfortable place where he can get his farm and get his items online. And speaking of items,
yeah, his build.
How do you feel about the Nyx?
Okay, I don't understand it personally. From what I can gather, if you want these, it's obviously useful for dodging stuff, which I'm assuming is the main priority use of it. Just to, example, if you're going to be using the pacify, it's sort of the same sort of thing. Obviously gives you quite a lot of pen as well. I don't really seeing it being used offensively just because you're not going to be in range. Bondrewd gets hit by the Whip Blast. He's going to go down to half HP, and they are walking on. Subscale is going to cause Gek to stop. The Razorback is going to be popped as well, but another status bomb by Samwise, and the Strap Mechanic from Gak is going to eventually take him down. And I want to go back to talk about the Gak because just the next that is interesting because he's actually gone for the Mind Razor as well. It's something you used to see on Drongo a lot. But I don't think I can continue talking about it because Shana is back in Azure lane.
Well, he's in the dual lane, but InkLegend is there as well together with Gak. So even if he engages, that's going to be a dangerous situation. The Riplash goes wide, and there's the call. Now Shynn will get a kill. Apparently Shynn was ready for that one. But at the end of the day, that's still a kill in favor of Team Immune. They're still holding the fort InkLegend all by themselves. They cannot survive this for longer. Even with a long arm of the law from the side, Neft wanted another one. Empti in the meantime getting Samwise in the back line. That's just going to be 3 kills. Right now we can talk about a bit of predecessor war crimes, Falcon.
Yeah, Team Immune it's a bit later than last game, but they have decided to start waking up and winning the game. Which is great. Shynn has gone for the jump over the top and funked on to Simmy. The follow-up rock is good, but Empti doesn't have that much mana left, so they are going to back up. And yeah, what is there to talk about? Can we just have a scoreboard whilst we have a moment of calmness? And we can see that actually Shynn has also gone for that true silver, which is great. It's going to mean that he can probably fill the ultimate as well. Going for the sanctification, which you can use on top of the true seals, just gives yourself extra seals, as well as giving an extra shield for Empti as well, which is just great synergy coming out of that. Neft as well, gone for that tainted rounds, which is something that he actually thinks is pretty OP from what I remember. The extra on-hit magic damage is pretty strong. Plus, the anti-heal against the Greystone is always useful, and I definitely expect Rocket Rookies to have a lot of anti-heal in the background as well. Bondrewd as well, gone for that Razorback, just wants to be use it against the rad rounds and do structure things like that.
InkLegend gets a Riplash through here in the mid lane. Bondrewd is getting lower and lower, but the Crash Bang Boom is connecting from Shynn. Gak will actually get Bondrewd. And the stun is coming through as well. That's 2 kills for Gak. Now he can continue this engage. Empti coming in from the top with the black hole. Shana will get Tarkraf Requiem in the meantime, and Samwise as well is going down. There's only Gak left, and that's just another laser in your face. Nefty get another one. That's 4 kills in favor of Team Immune, but they did lose 2 on the way.
It looks really good for Rocket Rookies at the start. Taking down Bondrewd immediately, that's your front line gone. The Narvas dying as well, and there's no sustain, but Shana just coming in. He does not need no front line. He will 100% tank everyone else, taking down Tarkov himself, and the rest of Rocket Rookies were already quite low. The black hole on top of all of them meant that they took a ton of damage. Neft coming over to clean up, hitting those long armed law. Has he missed one this game? I don't think he has.
No, he has not missed a single one. But it has only been one that didn't lead to a kill. The rest has. So that's pretty much an even worse metric for Rocket Rookies. He has not missed a single one, and he has only had one that didn't lead to a kill. So that's really good for Team Immune. Now Empti coming in with the black hole from the top ropes, and InkLegend answering with the skewer. It's definitely not going to be enough. That's just going to be another kill for the side of Team Immune. The knockup from the Seismic Assault is just going to end up this battle. But at the end of the day, that's not what they want, because that means Team Immune has an open field for this Orb Prime that has pretty much just spawned a few minutes ago. So they are in a very perilous situation over on the Rocket Rookies. If this is taken by the side of Team Immune, what can you really do if you're Rocket Rookies?
Rocket Rookies has no hunt. They have no way to secure this. They're going to have to go for the fight, but it's already down.
Absolutely, and even with the Phoenix activated here by Tarkraf, it's not going to be enough. The Stone Force as well, that's a double reset, just ending up in him having to escape, but he won't escape for long because Empti is there to follow up. Gak did get a kill in the backline meanwhile, but it is definitely going to just be the Team Immune squad that's going to take it. 4 more kills in their pocket. I think this is game, Falcon.
It's hard to tell. You've got that tier 2 tower in the mid lane still. You got not the longest death timers. You got about 30 seconds. You can easily take this mid inhibitor. So these tower on the duo lane as well is going to go down, but they're just going to go for a tower dive. The black hole is once again available. Shana is going to just walk on him. The hole will kill InkLegend, and that's just extra death added to Rocket Rookies, which could be the difference maker. They're not going to go for the end. They are respecting the death timers. And once Shynn eventually learns how to press spacebar, he will join the rest of them going for that duo in him. And I'm going to see if they can defend, but I don't think they can.
No. Right now, it just seems like they have everything in order over on Team Immune. The damage is coming through, the stuns, and Tarkraf is usually on these tanky heroes to sustain, but sustain is not the name of the game for him today. Even with Shana jumping in onto Gag with the ambush, it's not going to help because Gag is ready in the backline to deal the damage and he gets a kill. Will that happen? Neft will go in to try and get Gag. It will succeed, but at what cost? He fell as well. So that's actually a turnaround for the Rocket Rookies as they're moving forward. They want to get Shynn. They're moving forward. InkLegend ready with the Whiplash if he needs it. The Stasis Bomb is going in wide. And that is definitely a dangerous situation because Shynn is still getting hunted down. But there's nothing you can do. You just have to let him go.
Why was Neft there? I don't know. I generally don't know because I saw him for a second, realized he was behind the inhibitor turret, and was so confused. He actually traded out Gak, but I was just a very I wasn't a great set of plays by Team Immune there. They could have easily gone for the methodical plays and taken down the inhibitor instead, but they went for the dive whilst Bondrewd was not there. That's going to be your main tank for these team fights. And yeah, this is going to actually delay the game quite a bit for what you said. In the duo actually remains standing for them. So although they lost a few members, they got rid of nearly every single all 5 on Team Immune. Only Shynn has it remaining, so they still have those buffed up minions, but they don't really have those extra combat stats.
Definitely not. It's only going for 1 member, so there's not a lot to worry about in that regard. But there's a lot to worry about in the regards of Team Immune. They are just going to engage right here and now. Gag will get Shynn together with an Iron Strike from the top. The skewer is going to connect onto Shana, getting another kill for Gag. Gag is getting fed right now. They're serving him plate after plate of well-designed dishes, and now he's sitting very comfortably at a 10-5.
Yeah, and I like his build this game. He's gone for that Sky Split, he's got that double so he's going to be able to deal with those tanks, which is really, really good against Bondrewd, who is also here. Team Immune are just in the bad place, but the black hole on top of Gak, there's so much damage. Empti remains alive, but so does Gak in the end. Bondrewd is going to pop his Razorback on an InkLegend, but where is Neft? He is fighting Tarkraf, but the Phoenix has been popped.
Tarkraf is still on the hunt. He's very low and cannot continue disengage any longer. Neft is very low, but he will use the long arm of the law to get another kill. Tarkraf Requiem going back to the death timer. Now they're going to engage onto this third Fangtooth. You do not want this to go in favor of Team Immune. If you are on the Rocket Rookies, that is going to be power and armor for the entire squad permanently. And that's very dangerous for the Rocket Rookies.
Yeah, they're going to go for a reset. This is very, very dangerous for Rocket Rookies. They could have easily got turned back on here. They are on wards, but Team Immune's recalls are going to come through. Empti is a bit of a danger, but I think we're okay. As we just have a bit of an elongated tab screen. Shynn going for the Vanguardian, which is really, really good. It gives extra protections for people around him. Gives him that extra tenacity as well, which is great against things like the Decker and the Richter. In the meantime, Gak has finished his Mind Razor, is going to go for another pen item. Hard to tell what it is at the moment. Honestly, he has got 50% pen at the moment. So I would like to see a Viper maybe get that extra penetration online, gives him that extra damage on crits as well. In the meantime, everyone else has got pretty standard builds. Obviously, a lot of people are questioning the Drongo build, but this is Garrick we're talking about. He is someone who has played a ton of Drongo, and trust me, he knows what he's doing.
Absolutely. Right now, there is a re-engage from the side of Team Immune. They want to see if they can get a hold onto Samwise or Gak, but it's just going to be a reset as the tanks were in the nearby vicinity, ready to protect their king in this situation. Oh, Bondrewd is actually getting containment fenced right here by the members of Rocket Rookies.
So tanky.
But at the end of the day, it was not enough to really keep him in check. He's still gonna try and go for this inhibitor over on the dual lane side.
Yeah, the double tainted from Bondrewd is just so strong with that extra damage mitigation coming out. Empti as well is pretty tanky. He's got that 2 silver, he's got that orb of enlightenment and the world breaker, so he's got a lot of HP. I can't exactly see how much he has, but the orb prime has respawned, so they're going to immediately just turn on this. InkLegend has been pushed up quite far. Bondrewd is acting as the human ward slash CC'er. Empti is acting as the person who's going to get caught out instead, but the orb prime has been taken.
The All Prime has been taken for Team Immune indeed, and that's just going to be another really, really bad engage for the Rocket Rookies. They have no chance of answering. Nefty will get Tarkraf, and there's another long arm of the law coming in from the side. But Dak has actually gotten Shynn. So it's 2 kills for 1 so far, but I think they're going to keep this engaged now that they have the Orb Prime in their favor. They can pretty much go wherever they like. So going into the mid lane, taking down the respawn inhibitor, it's not really going to do much. It's just there to look pretty. And now they're going to siege onto another inhibitor over on the off lane just to make sure that everything is set up and ready to go for this win. They want to make it to the final. They want to show the other finalists who's boss around here. And the Rocket Rookies only have pretty much 1 chance of making it through.
I mean, all the waves were perfectly set up for Team Immune to push on these inhibitors, so even though they are 4 people down, they still easily have it. They have the All Prime regen as well, so even if Shynn is not here, they have those HP regens. They're going to look for the end once the minions come back up. Bondrewd and Empti are playing very, very aggressively, and this is not the time replay. Please work.
Pray for replay, everybody. We're
Everyone
going to
pray.
get stuck in limbo once again. And that's the special power, the passive ability of the observing feature in Predecessor.
I
So,
mean, that's normally we talk about things that are happening in this game, but considering they're on the core right now with 4 members with the Orb Prime, there's not much else we can really talk about. What I do want to talk about though is just how good Bondrewd has been in these 2 games. He's been on that 7th block
absolutely.
duty, which I think a lot of offlaners would be like, ugh, gotta just farm up, not gonna be able to do that much in lane. But he's been the
Yeah.
complete opposite. He's been that aggressive. He's gone for those subjugates. He's gone for those aggressive trades because he knows that Neft on the other side of the map has got that ultimate, will go and get those extra kills. And feeding Neft is just so good. So even though Bondrewd himself, his scoreline probably isn't going to be so in it so much, he has just had a brilliant, brilliant game so far. And it's so, so good to see, especially on several.
Yeah. Severok has been a really good pick for Bondrewd. I'm usually the fan of Bondrewd Saris, but now I have learned to respect the Severok. Even if it's a hard scaling hero, he makes it work from early game and onwards. He will just pressure you up until you have to go. So let's just get right back into the game and see if we can get the conclusion of that fight as they will enter this most likely final siege onto the Rocket Rookies. This is their last chance to make it, lest they want to lose this set and be eliminated from the tournament. So this final siege onto the core will mean everything to Rocket Rookies.
Yeah, they don't have too much left, but it seems like Team Immune are going to blue ball us. They are walking away from the end, but I think that's just to get the red buff. So they will hopefully be momentarily back because there's nothing else on the map to take. Empti is going to be maybe caught out, but he is just going to be looking around, maybe get some poke on. Team Immune is coming back. This is all 5 members here versus all 5 members of Rocket Rookies, but colossal blow.
SimmyGoesHard will definitely be in a troublesome situation. SimmyGoesHard will actually get Bondrewd with that combination of the Neural Disruptor and the Seismic Assault. So they're still keeping the fort steady. They're not afraid to try. They're not afraid to attempt to save their graces. Shana will actually die in the backline to Gak. The black hole is coming in from the top from Empti and the long arm of the law as an answer as well. Team Immune has dealt so much damage to Rocket Rookies already. There's only one chance, only one moment of opportunity to make it through this game. Team Immune have been pressuring you up
They're gonna
against the
hold.
wall. Now it's time to become said wall. Tarkraf Requiem going to assault Nefty with a message. Stay out of my lane.
They're gonna hold it. Taking that Bondrewd out at the start was such a massive play for Rocket Rookies. This colossal blow looked good on the Simmy, but immediately blinked away. So good job from Rocket Rookies. They played that as well as they could. The core didn't have to go down that low. It looks like it's around 75% HP, maybe 70% HP. And now they can have some breathing room. Not much, because they need to constantly push out all of these waves, and Primal Fangtooth has spawned. But now we might see another sign of lease, another sign of life. There will be at least one more team fight for them to come back in. Gak is still around. Simmy has 4 items as well, has got that Oblivion Crown, has got that Obelisk, has got that one-shot potential if they can find Neft, or maybe not Empti, because Empti's decided to build tank for some reason. But maybe on Neft. But Bondrewd and Shynn is back in a dual lane.
The pressure from Tarkraf Requiem is only a small message. It was not read properly because the font size was 6. And now Team Immune are going to engage on this primal Fangtooth to get the primordial blaze. It is activated. They are on fire. And now it's time to fire some people from the company. They're going to go on to SimmyGoesHard, killing him in the process. Shana will get that with the assault. Empti coming in from the side with the black hole to set up the situation for getting a kill onto InkLegend. Nef getting another one in the bag. There is nothing you can do if you're on Rocket Rookies. You can only go backwards. And right now it's pressuring on all 4 stages of the game. The minions, the heroes, the levels, and the gold. Everything is in the pockets of Team Immune. They were showing signs of life before, but now they have 2 very important members on the death timer as this next engage coming through. Gak will be colossal blowed into Empti's hands, and that's another kill. Even if Tarkraf Requiem uses the Stoneforge Soul, it's just not gonna be enough. Team Immune will be your first finalist of Fangbooth 6.